Welcome to the doctor's office. I'm the American Scotch Doctor, Dr. Dave, and today we have a bottle of Glenlivet 12 that I'm going to be reviewing. What's left of it here anyways, as you can see. Now, Glenlivet is a Speyside whiskey. This is a single malt whiskey. I don't think they make a blend, and if they do, that's something new to me. But this is a single malt whiskey, meaning that it was distilled at one distillery, and this one happens to be the Glenlivet distillery out of Ballincollig, Scotland. Again, a Speyside region. This is 40% alcohol by volume. Has been chill filtered, and there has likely been a little bit of color added to this, so not a whole lot though. What you can see is left of it. I mean, it's really quite a light color, so if they've added anything to it, they're not trying to spice this up too much. E150A coloring is what they're going to put into a lot of different whiskeys like Glenlivet 12. This isn't something actually that I would generally pick up on a regular basis. But this is something that I bought, and it's just a little bottle here too. I did it for whiskey tasting as well. I buy this here just to see what Glenlivet has to offer. What does it taste like in comparison to whiskeys that, to me, I find superior, which are non-chill filter versions, 46% or greater, or at least getting closer to that, 46% or greater, and then no coloring added to the whiskey. I can't find anywhere that there has not been color added to this, so I'm just going to assume that there has been. So let's go ahead and nose this without any water, just neat. The first thing that I'm going to say is that it is very, very bright on the nose, and when I say that, I mean it's super fresh. It reminds me, as soon as I smell it, as soon as I poured this glass, reminds me of a bouquet of flowers, not necessarily like roses, but really heavy pollinating flowers, like something that you'd see a bumblebee rubbing all over, and that's what I'm smelling, like somebody's handing me a fresh cut bouquet of flowers. I don't know when the last time I got one of those. I smell a little bit fresh apple, like fresh green apple, a little bit spicy, but a little honey, a little vanilla. No, a little bit more vanilla than I'm saying. Probably more vanilla than honey. All right, I'm going to go ahead and taste this neat. It's really quite, it tastes like a young whiskey, kind of a sharp arrival to it. You can tell that whatever they've used for casks, they've been reused casks. Not saying they're bad. The scent, it's almost a little deceiving smelling this, what you end up getting as you're drinking this. It's kind of funny, and props to Ralphie. He actually had just reviewed a bottle of Glenlivet like a week or two after I bought this. It was probably like a week after I bought this, something like that. If you don't know Ralphie, check Ralphie.com out. I think it's literally Ralphie.com on YouTube. If I'm wrong, sorry about that, Ralphie. But okay, so what I want to get to here, I'm not going to even add a whole lot of water. I am going to add just a little bit of water because I feel like it needs it. Kind of open this up just a little bit. And honestly, I had to get this review done because I've had this bottle open for over 2 months now. And it's been down quite a ways, and I've been planning on doing this review and I haven't gotten to this one yet because I didn't really want to do the Glenlivet review. No, I'm sorry, Glenlivet. It's not my favorite whiskey. It really doesn't need much, just a few drops into this stuff, especially just a small glass that I poured. So the nose, it's still real nice. I feel like there's a little bit more of this, the European oak. I didn't mention that this is a mixture of European oak and American oak cask. European generally is going to have a little bit spicier notes to it. I'm going to associate it usually with what I notice from black pepper. Really, honestly, it's a sweet, like more dried fruit sweet rather than fresh fruit sweet, and spiciness, whether it be maybe a little bit of like cayenne pepper that you'll get, but also like this peppery, just kind of nippy, tingly, bitey thing that you're going to get from European oak. Let's see. So the arrival again here is, it comes on just quite simple. Apples, oak, spicy, more, the spiciness overrides the American oak, which is generally a little bit more honey, vanilla notes, sweeter notes than spicier notes. The development, honestly, is a little underwhelming. There's not a whole lot happening. My favorite part of this whiskey is the finish. What lingers on. There's not a lot that lingers on. But what does is nice. And it's simple. It makes sense why Glenlivet 12 is one of the most dominating whiskeys as far as a 12-year-old whiskey in the American market. From what I'm seeing, I mean, this is going to be on just about every single shelf, even if it's just a gas station. It's definitely a good learning experience whiskey. It's a good whiskey to start somebody out on, but I kind of don't like when people say, oh, start out on these kinds of whiskeys, start out on, you know, the standard malts. The problem that I see with that is that that's giving a lot of new whiskey drinkers, which is most of us. Even I consider myself a new whiskey drinker, even though I've been doing it for several years now and paying a lot of attention to it. If you're spending money on Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, Macallan, Highland Park, all these different big names that you're seeing constantly at every single store, I think that that's kind of supporting the wrong guys and giving them the wrong idea. Maybe try them once in a while, but do that with a group of friends. But go buy a good bottle of whiskey. I just tried a bottle. I tested a bottle of getting too excited. A bottle of Glendronach 12-year-old. That is the whiskey that I would just set. Let me grab it. Get it out of here. Sorry. I don't care you see it. Just, this is what I'm saying. It's a good whiskey. I'm going to give this a script score, 84.5 out of 100. I think it has a good attempt. It's quite simple. You could pour it for anybody. You wouldn't even really need water. Or any, if people want to add ice. I mean, you could just sip this neat and you go, oh, yeah, that's, and some people will probably take shots. If my cousin Brandon was here, he'd probably try to chug this without a cup or a shot glass. He would just drink it out of the bottle. That's how he would do it. I want people to remember to keep it quality. You know, don't be buying stuff just to get yourself schnockered, messed up. That would be in English. I think schnockered is a good British word of the day. I don't know, maybe that's not a British word. I just spilled whiskey. I should cut that, shouldn't I? I've got 3 things for you. 3 different things. Subscribe. Share it with your friends. Thumbs up. But mostly subscribe and keep watching these. I've got a lot more coming. I have a lot of fun doing this, obviously, because I get to drink a little bit of whiskey. Take care of yourself with this. Look at me. I poured this 30 minutes ago. A minute in the glass for every year in the cask. Try to practice that. Actually, with this, it didn't really need it because this has been sitting half empty in this bottle for the last 2 months. Yeah, that'll probably be a little better. It's already a little more exciting. I'll have Glenlivet call Glendronach. See if they can help him out. Glenlivet 12. Reminds me of a bouquet of flowers. Really heavy pollinating flowers. Like something that you'd see a bumblebee rubbing all over it. Right, that's what I'm smelling, like somebody's handing me a fresh cut.